Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your Rangers Review Team News reaction video as Rangers prepare to take on Kilmarnock at Rugby Park tonight. It's Barry Ferguson's first game in charge, and Chris, Jack and Joshua Barry are over at Rugby Park for us. Chris joins us just now to talk through tonight's team. First of all, Chris, how's it going? You see you're wrapped up with all the layers on there. Is it a chilly one tonight?
No chillier than it's been in Scottish football for the last 4 months. It feels like it's been a rather long winter. To coin an age-old Rangers phrase, it's been a winter of discontent as well, unfortunately.
Yes.
So it's not been a good few weeks and months, obviously. But really interesting to see what Rangers can do down here at Rugby Park tonight. The good news that I can bring you before we get into the team news, they are watering the pitch. So if that doesn't warm everyone up, if that doesn't keep everyone warm and fuzzy inside, then nothing will tonight.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a bit slick tonight, I'd imagine. And also pressing matters. They look after you at Kilmarnock. Is there any killy pies on the go at all, Chris?
I've not been downstairs yet to sample the local hospitality. It just comes straight up. I've not had a chance to catch up with Josh properly for a couple of days, so I come straight up to Gantry to see him and decide how we're going to play out the next few days. As you well know, there's not really much point in doing too much forward planning with Rangers these days.
Yes,
because things are liable to change at very short notice. So once I've done the video, I'll pop down, get myself a cup of tea, see what's happening, and then we'll maybe head back down at half time as well. We'll see how the game's going.
Yeah, some of the best pies in the business, the Killy pie. So, please indulge if they're on offer. Right, without much further ado, let's crack on. The teams that have just dropped, folks, and Rangers will line up with Jack Butland in goal. Back four of James Tavernier, Robin Propper, Clinton Enciala and Jefty. A midfield of Mohamed Diamandi, Nico Raskin, with ahead of them in the front three, Cherny, Igaman and Hadji supporting Cyril Dessers up top. On the bench for Rangers tonight, Kelly, Ridvan, Lawrence, Bayrami, Fernandez, McCausland, Rice, Curtis and Danilo. I don't think there's any real surprises in there. I know you had Rangers line up a 4-4-2, what you'd like to have seen tonight, Chris, and you had... I think of the team there. I think you had Danilo, if I'm not mistaken, in your starting 11. Any surprise? Is it a surprise to see Dessers start, or any surprises elsewhere for you?
I would have liked to have seen Ferguson and his new management team make a couple of changes, but I think when you look at what has been selected, it's obviously the same as the game at the weekend. You can understand the thought process. It's you're not singling anyone out for their performance at the weekend, and you're basically saying go and try and prove a point almost. Now the performance at the weekend was so bad and so far off it. So I think Barry, he's given the guys a chance to go and to show what they can do, see what kind of reaction he gets from them. If he doesn't get that right reaction, I think then we'll see perhaps more changes heading into the game against Motherwell. He outlined in his press conference yesterday, time has been very, very short. Like I said, one training session, he was never going to go and try and do too much. I know the fact that it's the same side and what looks like the same formation, it will spark a bit of debate and people will be a bit upset that he's not come in, he's ripped up, he's not starting again. But I do understand where he is. I think that the biggest reaction we can see from this Rangers side tonight is application and desire and all the things that we spoke about the last couple of days that Barry can put into a side at short notice. Wasn't really expecting anything massive in terms of the tactical side of it, but interesting to see how these players react, because if they don't react in the right way, it might be a long time before they get another crack at it.
Yeah, see, I think we've got a band playing in the background there. The drum's certainly going off at Rugby Park, but it is the same team that took to the field against St Mirren. Lots of comments coming in. John Mackay says, so he's changed nothing. Michael O'Halloran, no, not that one, said, well, I think it's not that one anyway. He says, the Clement picked the team before he left. Listen, I think, like you say, Chris, it'll be more to do with the attitude, application, spirit, and to see this Rangers team sort of fight for each other. Everything that was missing on Saturday, that's what we want to see tonight. He's slightly surprised that he's not made any changes. Again, you touched on there. I mean, one training session with the team. He can only do so much. Of course, there's injuries as well that have played a part. I think that plastic pitch may have made the Rangers coaching staff's decision for them. I know Joshua wanted to see Rafa Fernandez coming in there, but he's pretty limited in terms of options. Is there any players you would like to see get an opportunity tonight, or even off the bench? You look at the young boys, Bailey Rice, Finlay Curtis are two names that I certainly would like to see at some point this evening as Chris heads off and then he comes back. So yeah, would you like to see the young boys getting an opportunity tonight? Are you a bit surprised Danilo's not getting the start tonight as well?
I think Danilo for me was one that I picked out in my predicted lineup on the site, just because that partnership with Igaman works better than Dessers and Igaman does. It's not really clicked. You think back to the relative highs of late when Rangers have looked slightly better during the last couple of months of Kilmarnock. It was when there was two strikers on the pitch and there was a bit more of a link up, a bit more of an understanding, a bit more of a relationship there. That's not really the case with Dessers and Hamza Igaman in general. Hasn't actually been in that great form of late. It's also a number of games without a goal, but that was always going to happen at some stage. I think you have to be patient with him. You have to understand his kind of him coming into the squad. It was never just going to be rise and rise and rise. He was going to have a period like this. So that relationship with Dessers, it doesn't really work. So of course the other alternative is you play Igaman from the left hand side and you have Yanis Hadji playing in a playmaker role. It gives Rangers a slightly different dynamic perhaps. But again, you look at the rest of the squad, even going through the bench, attacking wise, Lawrence, Bayrami, McCausland, Curtis, there's not a lot there to say that's going to make a massive difference. I would have liked to have seen Danilo get the chance, but understand why he's not. Hopefully he will get some minutes at some point.
Yep, and lots of comments coming in. C-Mag says that's also a 4-4-2. Don't let the graphic fool you. It very well may be a 4-4-2. We'll soon find out when kickoff, which is just over an hour away, gets underway at Rugby Park. We'll soon find out how Rangers will shape up. But it is the same 11 that were so poor at the weekend. So they've been given an opportunity to go and rectify that result and put in a performance befitting of a Rangers team tonight. Just to give you a rundown of Kilmarnock's team, who will take to the field this evening. Derek McInnes lines his team up with, let's see here, Kieran O'Hara in goal. It's a back three. Right, Lewis Mayo, Corey Ndaba. A midfield five of Armstrong, Dees, Lyons, McGuinness and Murray, and a front two of Marley Watkins and Bobby Wales. Rugby Park's been a notoriously difficult place for Rangers to go to down the years, Chris. They've already lost there, of course, this season. And what are you expecting tonight? Because I said it on the show this morning with Joshua, Michael Beale, sorry to bring his name up, folks, but he used to always say it's never a beauty contest on these pitches. I don't expect it to be scintillating football. It's just one of those ones you need to roll the sleeves up, don't you? Get the job done. I think the result is the most important thing this evening. Just get the 3 points, get back down the road.
I think when you listened to Barry yesterday and how he spoke in his press conference, I think he will want to see Rangers being more on the front foot. He want to see more attacking purpose from them. I think he want to see a bit more heart, a bit more desire from them. And he'll want to see them not be as passive and as lacklustre as they have been for so long in this campaign. Thinking back to Kilmarnock's last game, it was just so bad in every single aspect. So the scope for improvement and progression is definitely there. A number of these players, I don't think they're bad players. I don't think they've been set up in the right way. I don't think they've been motivated in the right way. Can Barry make an impact in that sense? What can he do over this 90 minutes? What can he do over the final 11 league games? Really interested to see what kind of impact he can have. And I think we spoke a lot over the last couple of days, mentioned it on the press conference show with Josh yesterday about the managerial situation. A number of these players, regardless of who the manager is or will be next season, these players are playing for their futures. There's obviously contracts up for grabs, contracts out of, a number of them are out of contract the following summer, then going into that final 12 months. Decisions will have to be made. Every single player within this squad has to prove that he A, wants to be here next season, and B, is good enough to be here next season. That's what these games offer them. They offer them a chance to do it. If it's a continuation of what we've seen for the first 2/3 of this rather dreadful season, real questions will be asked about a number of these players come the summer. So that's what they have to prove. And as you've outlined there, it's a difficult place for the first game. It's a tricky start, but it could also be a real springboard. Obviously, not for a title challenge or for any kind of sustained success, but it could be a really positive start for Barry if he can come down here and get a result and get a performance. But I think, as you touched on there, 3 points is the most important thing here for Rangers tonight.
Yeah, it's fair to say the team is not one that the majority in the comments are fair happy with, but I'm very much looking forward to the game tonight. I couldn't say that at the weekend, but that management decision has been made. Rangers get new coaching staff in place, and I'm interested to see if we get a reaction tonight. I very much hope we do. Michelle Jones is very optimistic, she says. And KW says the second balls will be key tonight. Yeah, absolutely. As Barry said in his Rangers TV interview and also in his press conference yesterday, he wants his team to be aggressive. So I would like to see Rangers winning those second balls, being the face at Kilmarnock, and really go and exert themselves on the game. They do have quality in the ranks. Like you, Chris, this is a team that is capable of so much more, and that is why a managerial call was made at the weekend, because for me, it was clear that Philip Clement was underachieving with this Rangers team. So, go out there, do the business tonight, Rangers. Hopefully can get Barry Ferguson's reign as Rangers boss off to a winning start. How do you see it going, Chris? Are you confident that we will get that 3 points tonight, or do you see it being a bit of a slog?
Saving the most difficult question till last in terms of a prediction, I'll go for Rangers to win it tonight. I think Barry should have enough of a motivational impact within this squad, hopefully, to get Rangers through. 11 against 11, Rangers have better players. 11 against 11, Rangers should win the game, but no, as you touched on earlier on, this is it's a venue that they have found very tricky over the years. It will not be an easy one, but I will follow John's lead there, and I'll go for 2-1 to Rangers.
Yep. Singing the Blues says Killie 0, Rangers 49. Tell you what, if that was the scoreline, buddy, Barry would still be unhappy. That's the sort of guy he is. He's always striving for better, so the players better be wary of that. Even if Rangers wipe the floor with Kilmarnock tonight, then you'll find something that you won't be happy with. But but good luck to Rangers tonight. That'll do us there, folks. A big thank you to you all for tuning in as ever. That Rangers team once again: Butland in goal, Tavernier Proper, Enciala Jefte, Diamande Raskin, Igaman, Hadji, Cherny and Dessers. We'll be back on full time, myself and Chris, just after 10 o'clock, I imagine. Kick-off at 8 p.m, remember. We'll speak to you on the other side, I guess. So, thanks for watching, and bye for now.